Good morning, students. So, today we are doing the last topic from chapter 4. It's a poem, Adventures of Isabel. What are adventures? Adventures are activities or actions that are very risky. Example, mountain trekking or Himalayan trekking is very adventurous. Or when you go for any water sports like rafting, speed boating, all these are adventures. They are very risky and you need daring to do these actions or these activities. Now in this poem, it tells about a courageous girl called Isabel, and nothing in the world scares her. She is very brave girl. So let's read the poem. Isabel met an enormous bear. Isabel didn't care. The bear was hungry, the bear was ravenous. The bear's big mouth was cruel and cavernous. The bear said, Isabel, glad to meet you. How do, Isabel? Now I will eat you. Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She washed her hands and she straightened her hair up. Then Isabel quietly ate the bear up. So in the first stanza, this little girl Isabel, she met a bear, a big bear. Enormous means big bear, which was very hungry. Then the bear said to Isabel that it will eat her. So instead of screaming or shouting, Isabel, what she did? She straightened her hair up, means she pulled her hair up, she tied her hair and she quietly ate the bear. Once in a night as black as pitch, Isabel met a wicked old witch. The witch's face was cross and wrinkled. The witch's gums with teeth were sprinkled. Ho, ho, Isabel, the old witch crowed. I will turn you into an ugly toad. Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She showed no rage and she showed no rancor. But she turned the witch into milk and drank her. So in the second stanza, this little girl, she met a witch and her face was cross and wrinkled. It was very crooked. You can see in the picture also. And wrinkled. Wrinkle means with circles. The witch's gums with teeth. Gums means the skin around the teeth were sprinkled. Then this old witch shouted at Isabel saying that she will turn her into an ugly toad. Toad means it's a frog. Then Isabel, she didn't worry. She is not scared looking at this witch. And she showed no rage. Rage means she didn't show any anger. And no rancor. Rancor is also hatred. Then what she did? She turned this witch into milk and drank her. Isabel met a hideous giant. Isabel continued self-reliant. The giant was hairy. The giant was horrid. He had one eye in the middle of his forehead. Good morning, Isabel, the giant said. I will grind your bones to make my bread. Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She nibbled the zwieback, but that she always fed off, and when it was gone, she cut the giant's head off. So the third time, she met a giant which was very horrid. Horrid means very horrifying. She continued self-reliant. Self-reliant means very confident. She was very confident. The giant was very hairy. He was looking very ugly. And he has only one eye in the middle of his forehead. And the giant said that it will grind her bones and will make his bread. But Isabel didn't worry. And she nibbled. Nibbled means taking small bites. So she was eating here. She was taking small bites. Bites of what? Zwieback. Zwieback means it is a biscuit made by baking a small loaf and then toasting slices until they are dry and crisp. So this is nothing but the rusk. People usually dip it in tea and eat it, right? The rusk. So she was eating, taking the small bites of Zwieback that she always fed off. Fed off means she always feed on it. Feed is in present tense and fed is in past tense. She was eating it, and when it was over, when it was gone, what was gone? The Zwieback, the biscuit she was eating. When it was over, then she cut the giant's head off. Isabel met a troublesome doctor. He punched and he poked till he really shocked her. The doctor's talk was of coughs and chills, and the doctor's satchel bulged with pills. The doctor said unto Isabel, "Swallow this, it will make you well." Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She took those pills from the pill concoctor, and Isabel calmly cured the doctor. And finally, she met a troublesome doctor. Troublesome means who troubles, troublemaker. So he came to Isabel and said to take the pills. Satchel means it is a bag, or you can say it's kind of a small bag, and it was bulged. Bulged means, why was it bulged? Because he filled in this bag with all the pills. Pills means medicines, tablets, and said that you take these tablets so that you will get well soon. But what did Isabel do? She took all the pills from the concoctor. Concoctor means someone who makes magical things. She pulled out all the pills and she put it in the mouth of the doctor. So this is a little imaginary poem about this little child. So this poem, the moral of the story is, whenever you face any troubles, you should be very strong and brave enough to overcome the troubles. Though so many hurdles come in life, but you have to try to tackle them, and you have to face them and think wisely. So this is the moral of the poem. Now coming to glossary. Do this glossary in your copy. I think last poem we didn't do it. This poem, do the glossary, and also I think you can try this, do this as homework. This table, the problem and what solution. I'll send you the pic later. And let's do this one. Can you identify the following words from the poem? A word that means very large, cave-like. Cave-like means it is nothing but the big mouth of the bear. How does the opening of the cave look? It looks as if you have wide opened your mouth. A word which rhymes with hurry and also means the same. Hurry, scurry, the rhyming word. A verb whose synonyms are bragged and boasted, and antonym is dismissed. It is crowed. A word which means bitter, deep and long-lasting ill will. It is rancor. Rancor means hatred. Okay, and moving on to our next topic is poem appreciation. I hope you remember the rhyme scheme which we have done for the first poem. So try to find out the rhyme scheme from this poem. I'll tell you for 2 lines. Here, bear care. Bear, will give it A. Bear care. They are rhyming, so we all give it again A. Second one is ravenous. We give it B because it's not rhyming with both these words. Cavernous also has the same rhyme, so it's B. You will give C and C. Worry, which is D. Scurry is also D. Up is E. And this one is also E. So do the remaining 3 stanzas. And you can write the rhyme scheme here. For the first stanza, I'll write here. First stanza, rhyme scheme. It is A, B, C, D, and E. So write for the second stanza, third and fourth. Okay, now coming to personification. What is personification? Is a poetic device where the poet uses words and images that give animals, ideas, or things human qualities. Pick out one example of personification in this poem. So personification means when we compare human behavior or human feelings or emotions to animals, ideas, or things. When we compare our feelings to animals or ideas or anything. Example, the wind is howling. The wind is howling. Wind is it's a thing. Howling is the sound, right? So howling is nothing but shouting. So when we compare things to human behavior, we call them as personification. Or you can say the lightning dancing in the sky. Only human dances, or some birds usually dance, like peacocks also dance. But humans dance, and we are comparing the dance of humans to that of a lightning. So this is what is called as personification. Now the question is, you have to pick at least one example of personification from the poem. So it is, the bear said. Do bears talk? They don't talk. So the bear said is an personification because animal like bears don't talk.